So friends, now we are starting with the immunology. Okay. So first of all, what is immunology? The study of immune system is immunology. And remember, what is immunity? What is immunity? Immunity is resistance offered by the host against offenders. Okay. And which fellows offends us? A number of fellows are there. And if you want to see the pictures of those fellows, see this particular one. These all fellows are there which offends us. So this is a fellow, and it is being offended by whom? By the chemical world, by the microbial world, by the plant world, by the animal world, and these food world. So everything is offending us, and the resistance offered against them is termed as what? Immunity. And study of all that system by which we resist, that is known as immunology. Fine. So guys, remember this particular one, that immunity is basically of two types. One is innate immunity, okay, and one is acquired immunity. Okay. So one thing is innate immunity and one thing is acquired immunity. You know that. Okay. So remember in this guys, the innate immunity depends on three factors. What are those three factors? One is to which species we belongs to. Okay. To which individual parents we belongs to. Okay. And to which race we belongs to. So all these three, SIR, SIR, determines your innate immunity. Means to which species you belongs to which individual parents you belongs to, and to which race you belongs to. These all things determine your innate immunity. Fine. Remember this guys, that most of the things, they are the part of innate immunity, and in the acquired immunity you need to remember the four things are there. One is B cell, one is T cell, one is APC, and what is APC? Antigen presenting cell, and one is classical complement pathway. Okay. So one is classical complement pathway. So remember, except these four, everything is a part of innate immunity. Right from your skin, right from your various secretions, everything is a part of what? Everything is a part of innate immunity. And the question of All India is NK cells, they are the part of. The NK cells are the part of innate immunity. Is it fine? So remember this thing also guys, and innate immunity and acquired immunity, the question which is coming up again and again is this one which I am seeing up, that is, what is the example of natural active immunity in this acquired stuff I am talking about? Okay. What is the example of natural passive immunity? Okay. And what is the example of artificial active, and what is the example of artificial passive immunity? Okay. So remember in this, the example of natural active is obviously what? Infections. Yes or no? The infections which happens by natural route, against that the body produces what? Antibodies. So that is natural active. Natural passive is what? Natural passive is like the things which we get from our mother to child, transmission of immunoglobulins. Okay. Natural route, and we are not doing anything. That's a gift from the mama. So that is natural passive immunity. Artificial active is what? Artificial active is vaccine. You are inducing a organism, and against that the body is producing antibodies. That is termed as artificial active. Artificial passive is what? Artificial passive is ready-made immunoglobulins which are available up for various diseases like rabies, hepatitis, measles, number of them are there, tetanus. So this particular one is termed as what? Artificial passive type of immunity. So remember guys, this is question is coming up. Natural active is infections, natural passive is mother to child, artificial active is vaccines, and artificial passive is immunoglobulins. Which immunoglobulins? Ready-made immunoglobulins which you make up in the labs. Fine. So remember these all things regarding the acquired one, these 4 types you need to remember. Okay. Other than that guys, you remember that this particular innate immunity is this what you are seeing up here. Okay. Innate immunity, and what you are seeing up, what are the parts of this innate immunity? So this particular one, phagocytes, they are the part of it. Fine. Then I just told you, this was a question, the natural killer cells are the part of it. Alternate complement pathway, classical is a part of this, but alternate complement pathway is a part of innate immunity. Okay, acute phase proteins like CRP, mannose binding protein. What is CRP? C-reactive protein, serum amyloid protein, that is SAP. Okay, and our normal resident flora over our skin. Okay, inflammation, fever, all these happens, they are the part of our innate immunity. Fine. Skin and mucosal barriers, these all are part of what? These all are part of our innate immunity. Fine. So these particular things, they are the part of our innate immunity. Again, what is there? Skins and mucous barriers, obviously it's a part. Then the inflammation and fever which happens to us, that is also part of our innate immunity. Okay. Our flora on that particular skin is also a part of this particular innate immunity. Then these particular things which are secreted up, they are termed as acute phase reactants. What is the name of them? CRP, okay, then MBL, then MBP and SAP, that is serum amyloid proteins. Then you have this alternate complement pathway, natural killer cells, and even sometimes the phagocytes, that is monocytes, macrophages and neutrophils. They are also termed as a part of innate immunity. So in guys, remember this particular thing, the 4 things are the part of acquired immunity: B cells, T cells, antigen presenting cells and classical complement pathway. All others, they are the part of innate immunity. Fine. Then you remember some of the differences in that. Okay, some of the differences between innate immunity and acquired or adaptive immunity, which I have just described you in my, which I have just told you. Okay, what is there in this? Innate immunity, I have told you what is innate. The resistance to the infection that an individual possesses from the birth. Okay, the resistance to the infection that an individual possesses from birth by its genetic and constitutional makeup. That's why if you remember up in that SIR, that individuality is what? Your parents. That your genetic makeup, your constitutional makeup, that determines your innate immunity. Fine. Whereas the adaptive one is what? It is a resistance to the infection that an individual acquires during his life. Okay. That particular thing is not gifted, you have to acquire it. That is termed as acquired or adaptive immunity. Fine. So remember guys, this I have already told you that this is SIR, this is all this specific, species specific, individual specific and race specific. Okay. This particular immunity does not need any time. It occurs in minutes. Okay. But the problem is the diversity is limited. It can't act against various organisms. Fine. It is non-specific and it does not have any memory also. Okay. So innate immunity is non-specific and it does not have any memory also. This also you need to remember. Then acquired or adaptive immunity, this particular one takes time. Okay. It takes time, but this takes time for lifetime. Okay. So this particular one against a wide range of infection it happens. It's not diversity limited, it is unlimited. And this is specific. Against that particular antigen, this is specific. And remember, that's why I'm saying that it is for life. Memory is present. Okay. So T memory cells, B memory cells, these are there which are the photographers of the immune system and they hold up this particular fellow in their memories. That this particular antigen have come into our body, how to tackle this if it comes next time. Okay. So remember guys, innate immunity is SIR, species, individual and race specific. Whereas this particular one, that is the acquired one, this we acquire by our efforts Okay, various efforts like which I've told you: natural active, natural passive, artificial active, artificial passive. Okay, and this particular one is non-specific. It is not like this innate immunity is non-specific, but whereas this one is specific and it acts against a wide range of fellows. Fine. This also you need to remember. Which one? That is acquired one. Okay.